I think I may have mentioned during the lockdown about this 100-year span of things people talked about. War, pandemics, and shit like that. All these things, recessions, depressions, how they go through like a 100-year time span. And I realized that, you know, in every 100-year fucking increment before this one, they could just dupe the people as easily as they wanted, because there was, what are you gonna do, get on a train and blow some fucking smoke signals if you can find a fucking friendly fucking group of people to help you? Nobody knew what the fuck was going on, so they just bought it, and here we are. It's just pure legend says we've got war, we've got pandemics, we've got people running rampant in the streets. What a great time to be alive. And it truly is. I mean, look, we've got the information. That's what's fucking things up right now. It could have been a orderly transition to the next fucking 100 years of bullshit. But no, too many people know too much. And it just, here we are. We're ablaze. And you look at things that happened maybe every 50 years during that. It could be a perennial, you know, it could be coming 2 times in a year, shit like that. People just, they don't even know it happened again. They're just getting the news from the first time and they think it's a fucking rerun when it comes around again. They're like, ah. Because information sharing is getting better as time goes by. But here we are. And here, I talked to Hort Dog. Speaking of Pure Legend, I know Hort Dog because of Pure Legend. Because Pure Legend got me a job where Hort Dog was, and they were friends anyway, and they fucking taught football to kids, high school kids, giving them advice and things. And got back in touch with Hort Dog 2-3 months ago, and he brought up this book, and now we have it. It's Nightmare Alley by William Lindsay Gresham. Look, there's bloodletting up there. See, isn't that funny? This book was written, it says it right here. Watch this. In the introduction. Pardon me while I clear my throat. This book, first published in 46, was born in the winter of late 38, early 39. So it was in the winter of 38, 39 that he wrote it. He was in a village near Valencia, where Gresham is one of the international volunteers who had come to defend the Republic in the lost cause of the Spanish Civil War. And see, not an American citizen. I don't believe he ever gained citizenship or even tried. But Errol Flynn is an actor coming from Tasmania. I think he grew up in Tasmania. If not, the second guess is New Zealand. I read the book. But he also went and fought in that damn, as one of these, you know, like the people showing up in the Ukraine, just volunteers. They're like, fuck it, I'll fight for these people. But the United States of America doesn't really want its people fighting for other people as a rule. And so evidently they have to go through some coming back in. And so this guy, he wrote it 38, 39, Italy, Spanish Civil War. He was awaiting repatriation. They needed to let him back in. And he waited and drank with a guy who told him something that took him aback with scare. It's a carny attraction called a geek. See, I've known what a geek is since I was in the army. I knew a guy who told me what a geek was. And that's it. It's not just a dork. You see, you've got nerds who are very much into computers and very smart things. You've got geeks. Well, you've got dorks who are just, I've been called a dork so many times in my life, it doesn't even bother me. You're a freak. You're a freak, Judas. No, well, you're a freak. Well, I think the reason you're a freak, and I guess you're right. It freaks them out when you freak yourself. But then you've got a geek. A geek is somebody that's gone so far into alcoholism. I would highly suggest that vodka is that step that the geek had to just finally fall down onto. And he bites the heads off of chickens and snakes in the carnival shows so that they give him his liquor, and he bites the head off of fucking things. He's just gone to the lowest level of survival in a human fucking fashion. He works hard for his money, so hard for it, honey. Biting heads off chickens, biting heads off of snakes. If I reached the point where I killed myself, I don't know what it would take. Yeah, see. And it freaked him out, so he wrote the book. And it's called Nightmare Alley. It was published in 46, and I think it was 63 here. It says that he fucking committed suicide after fighting terminal cancer. He just, fuck it, I'm out of here. Nobody ever liked me anyway. But there's a page I read this morning. See, here it is, the 100-year thing. Maybe it's every 50. But it's in here, and it's happening right now. We go to the end of the chapter that's called The Star. Each of these chapters has a keystone that happens to be a tarot card. And this one is for the star. And it'll be the last page. It's going to make you think of now, but the only reason you even have a concept of what it might be like is because you saw in the movie Dirty Dancing a woman in an alley going down a dark alley and into some screwball doctor, and he's aborting the fucking kid. There's nobody who looked like a murderer there. It looks like people were just trying to save their own lives. And that's the shit that fucking happens. So here at the end of The Star, last line. Hort Dog actually sent me a last line, said read the paragraph. It was about my dad being held in a fucking container for like 6 months after he died before they put him in the ground. But this is something else. See, the guy in the story, he's gone to see a woman psychiatrist, and she's got his fucking brain. And she's telling stories about other guys she's screwed along the way, or hooking him up with somebody. That's what she's doing right there. Very well healed, as you would put it, darling. He lost a sweetheart when he was in college, and he has been weighed down with guilt from it ever since. She died from an abortion. Well, at first I thought I'd have to pass him along to one of my tame Freudians. He seemed likely to get out of hand with me. but then he became interested in the psychic. His company makes electric motors. You'll recognize the name. Ezra Grindle. Gozer. I am the Keymaster. But look at that. Look at that. This is a book published in 1946. That was the year of the birth of my mother. So being that it's 22 right now, she would have been 76 coming in August. And she lived from a time when it wasn't legal. I barely made it, but didn't see the time that it shifted. So you see, there are many people like this. It's a strange instance. It's almost like synchronicity to be born in a time where we're able to see it all. And those people that grew up back then, they didn't have enough knowledge to say, hey, look out, it's coming again. And now we've got it. What are we gonna do with it? Can we pull this thing all together and make a living fucking thing to fight the bloodless entity? Or are we just gonna abort it?